we kind of addressed the police brutality, but this is more focused on the riots itself. Okay, the brutality happened, a person unfortunately passed away. Now we have this riot situation in your hands, in your backyard, or in the church's hands. What is your overall response to the riots as a believer?
Man, that's a good question. I would have to say the greatest command is love. Love, and there's many ways. You mean you would want to stand up and protect those that are collateral damage, but at the same time you better be ready to be collateral damage when it comes with anger. So that would be it's a decision that, if you think about it, I don't know if I can say how I would, and it would just be something that would happen right then and there. And how would we?
We could throw all these scriptures out, we could throw all this, these great answers, but then there's the reality of the situation and how would you actually handle it? Because, I've been in certain situations like this, but obviously never been in a riot. Being involved in the ministry long enough, you find yourself in certain situations, and like one thing I learned is like, okay, what is on scripture is black and white, but when you're in the actual situation, it's very gray, and so we could give our best answer what would we do, but you're right, it is a tough question because then now they're in your backyard, now then you're trying to burn your place down. Are you gonna sit there and quote scriptures though? You're gonna sit there and love them? What are you gonna do? And it's kind of something as believers in Minneapolis right now are having to deal with that reality. And so, Brother Willie, what would you say?
Well, it is a tough question, but you have different generations. You have my generation, you have Brother Jay's generation, you have your generation. And each and every one of us have our testimonies, and I would say the good thing about that kind of question is that we are a small community. And I've hit the streets for many years. I was born in Fresno, but raised in Mendota all my life. So I know every alley of this town, as I'm sure Brother Jay does. And then you were raised up in here, and you went to high school, and he went to high school here, and I went to high school in Tranquility, which know almost a lot of the Valley people. So when you come into that situation, it becomes personal, because they knew you when you were on the streets, and then they've known you because you've been a servant for God out to the community. So your face is well known. Right now, Brother Jay's out in the food ministry, so he's known on the streets for the food ministry, being caring and giving and compassion and prayer to a lot of these people out here. So now when he goes out there and there's a time for action, now this is our community. We go to the ones that we see and you recognize and you engage. You're right. You can't go out there and then start preaching, because that ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. People are throwing bottles and stuff. But like Brother Jay, when you come into the action that's going on, or all the looting that's going on and the burning down the buildings that are trying to go down, you gotta start saying, hey, that's Juliano's house. Hey, that's Juanito's house. Why do you want to burn their house down? And then, okay, will his voice be heard? It would. Would my voice be heard? Yeah, it depends who you run into, though, too. Because a lot of people, we've already catered to them, and they know we're doing it for the good. So can we have some kind of impact here in Mendota? I say we can. So now to relate that one to what's going on over there and all these other places that are trying to ignite, the people from their surrounding neighborhoods are the ones that have to speak up to the ones who are their neighbors and their neighbors that are starting to act up and get wound up. They're the ones that need to go talk to them, but there's also consequences that come along with that. Because I say that doesn't mean that they're going to listen to us. Things can go wrong, but that's the price that I'm willing to take, because it's my community. Somebody come and try to burn down my house, I'm going to say, whoa, I've given you guys many ice cold waters walking through here on those 105-degree days, and you want to burn the house that does that to you? I'm like, come on, let's think about it. And then I also trust in what I pray to God every single day. Lord, let your angels be camped out over my household. Protect this home and protect the people inside of this home. So if I'm going to pray and I'm going to ask God that, I'm also going to trust him and believe him in that. you know, and people say, oh yeah, but they're throwing a bottle. Okay, so they break a window. Big deal. You know, they burn down the house. That is a big deal. But you know, I'm still going to trust in God. It doesn't change the fact that, you know, maybe it was time for me to move. I don't know. Who knows? I don't have that answer. You know, but you do what you can. Now, if you do nothing, you're just as bad as the ones doing it.